Hey YouTube, it's Tiffy. I just wanted to do a update vlog slash book review slash amazing recipe idea. So I will jump right into it. As far as my weekly vlog and my weekly update, it is Friday. I weigh in again in 2 days. I'm really late on this, but it's just a crazy week at work and it was very busy, so there are other reasons that I will get into later as to why I have not done a video update as well. But just crazy week, lots of stuff going on at home too. But this past week, this Sunday before, I actually had a great weigh-in. Brought my total up to 13 pounds lost since August 4th. Which is super exciting, and I was really happy. And I think my weigh-in that week was like, I want to say 1.8 or 2 point something. I'm sorry, I don't remember the actual weight loss for that week, but it was something like that, like a really good weigh-in. So 13 pounds total so far, super excited. I have a feeling that this week I'm not going to have as big of a loss just because I have eaten almost all of my weekly points and I just had a really hungry week, probably due to stress, being busy, just craving really bad things and kind of letting myself give in to them. So, and also, one of my goals from last week was to take all of my supplements this week, and I have not done that at all. Not once. So I cannot, I love the way that I take pills now, which I've talked about in previous blogs. And I use applesauce, which is great for me because I'm a pill phobe. Like, I can't, if I try to take a pill with water, littler ones are fine, but if I try to take like a bigger pill with water, I'm like I can't. I like gag and then I spit out water. It's bad. It's really embarrassing. So I did this applesauce trick where I took it with applesauce, and it works perfectly because it gives my mouth something to do because it's got applesauce instead of me trying to like swallow water and I'm like, okay, where's the pill? I'm just a freak. So it works great, and I was buying these little individual containers of applesauce, which was perfect because it was just enough to take all my pills for the day. And then the next time I went to the store, I got a big jug. And I'm like, well, this is great. There's more servings in here. It's cheaper. I'll just dish out a little bit and take my pills with that. Yeah, that didn't happen. It happened once. Apparently, I need the convenience of the single-serve dishes. And now my problem being that I keep going to the store going, oh my god, I should get some single-serve applesauces so I can take my pills. But I have a whole jug of it at home, and now I'm like in this weird place. So next week, one of my big goals is going to be, I have little tiny like Rubbermaid Tupperware dishes that are the perfect size for serving. My goal for this week is to dish out, you know, at least 4 or 5, just to have it in the fridge ready to go. Because obviously I need that because I'm a lazy bum. But I've been doing great on other stuff. I've been doing wonderful on my water. I don't even count it now. Like, I mean, if I remember to check off my healthy checks for my water and stuff, I do. But like typically, I just know that I drank enough water in the day. Again, I've said this in the past, but a filtered water bottle really helps me out a lot. And I've been doing good. As far as staying within my points, I haven't gone over any weekly points. I'm not in the red at all. It's just been kind of a challenging week. So that's my goal for next week. Dish out my applesauce so I can take my stinking pills. Eat more veggies. I think part of the reason why this week I had used up so many of my points daily and weekly was because I wasn't getting enough vegetables. And they really bulk up your meals and they really keep me full. Or not keep me full, I shouldn't say that. It adds a lot of, I guess, bulk. So instead of having, you know, one little, piece of protein like chicken, if you have chicken and a cup of broccoli, it's more volume. So it's more volume in your stomach. So it makes you feel more full. It makes you feel more satisfied. And I think that was one of my big problems last week. So that's pretty much it. Take my pills, my supplements. And again, when I say supplements, I don't take fat burners. I don't take diet pills. But I do take an omega supplement, a daily vitamin, chromium picolinate, and a probiotic to do as much as I can to help myself lose weight. One thing I am going to try the next time I go to the grocery store, I do have to change over a few things, is I'm going to try to eliminate white starch from my diet and switch to completely whole wheat, 100%. It's not really a problem for me as far as lifestyle goes. Some people are really averse to whole wheat bread and to, you know, things like that, whole wheat pasta. I actually like it. I'm not really picky when it comes to bread and pasta, and I like brown rice just as much as I like white rice. And sometimes I even prefer it because it's just a little bit more flavorful, I guess. But I just never, even though I didn't care either way, I just always got white bread. I don't know why. It's maybe just echoes of my childhood. I'm not sure. But definitely going to switch to 100% whole wheats and hopefully get my my blood sugar levels a little bit calmer. I think one of my major problems is a little bit of insulin resistance, and I know for a fact that I have blood sugar that spikes up and then dips low, and that's really bad for any kind of weight loss. You want to keep your blood sugar on a nice, even keel. It's not going to be a straight line ever, but you want more gradual ups and downs rather than a huge spike up and then have it, you know, plummet. And that's what makes you crave more sugar, makes you have no energy, and those are all bad things. Let's see. I do have a book review. The Beck Diet Solution. This book is really neat. It's not a diet book per se. It's more of a plan of attack, or a plan, not so much of attack, but it's more of a plan to get you thinking and to get you in the right frame of mind to lose weight. So that is the Beck Diet Solution. It is by Judith Beck, and it uses cognitive therapy, which is a legitimate psychiatric, psychological treatment for people with depression and things like that. But it's pretty neat. The things that I like the best about it are that she helps you, like, she'll give you examples of some thoughts that you might have that could sabotage your diet. And she'll, I mean, some of the stuff that she has as examples, I'm like, well, I've thought that before. And then she gives you a helpful response. What should, you know, how should you really be thinking, and what you should tell yourself if you do have that sabotaging thought. So that's pretty neat. And some of the sabotaging thoughts could be, oh, you know, but I'm really hungry, or I deserve this because I had a bad day. I don't need to plan what I eat. I can keep it in my mind. I don't need to sit down. I don't need to eat mindfully. I don't need to exercise. I hate exercise. Like, pretty much every excuse that any dieter ever has had in their life. She gives you an answer to it. So it's pretty neat. And it's a 6-week program, I believe, 40 days. And the other thing that I really like is not only does she give you the helpful responses, but she has you write out these little cards. And I think this is a really good idea. I think anchors, any kind of anchor, one of my, get my hair out of the way, holy crap, my hair's still in the way. One of my anchors is a little horse pendant that I just got a few weeks ago. The biggest reason, one of the biggest reasons I'm losing weight is I want to get back into horseback riding. I miss being around horses. I miss taking lessons. It was one thing that made me feel athletic when nothing else did, because I'm not athletic. and I just really miss it. I can't do it at my current weight because I just don't have the body feel and the finesse to do it, and I can't climb up on a horse. There's no way. I could barely climb up on a horse when I was $160, because I'm also 5 foot tall. So, but anytime I think of having a sabotaging thought, or I think, you know, I'm having a craving or I want a snack, I try, doesn't always work, but I try to, you know, look down, grab my little horsey pendant, and it's an anchor. It reminds me why I'm doing this. And then it makes me stop and think, do you really want those? Do you really want that Fiber One bar? Or do you really want that, I don't even know. Do you really want the popcorn? Do you really want those snacks? Do you really want that extra serving at dinner? Or would you rather be riding again? What do you want more? Extra potatoes or to be around horses? And for me, to be around horses pretty much always wins out. So if you find something like that that helps you, then that's an amazing tool to use in your weight loss journey. So she uses that sort of mentality in this book too. So I really, really recommend that you get it. Let's see, what else? So I had some pretty exciting developments lately. You may or may not know, I don't know how much I've mentioned it, but I do live at home with my mom. Due to some bad decisions in my 20s, I don't have as good of a credit score as I would like. I also have multiple animals that I live with, that I share my home with, and when you have more than 2 small animals, it's very, very hard to find any sort of rental property that will let you move in. If I had 2 cats, it would be fine. If I had a dog and a cat, it would be fine. If I had 1 dog, it would be fine. I have 2 cats and a dog. I work at a vet clinic. I love animals. I've always lived with animals. I'm always going to. So it's very hard for me to find, 1, an apartment that'll let me move in with my pets, and 2, an apartment that will even approve me for, you know, a rental agreement. So I have lived at home for the past probably 5 years or so. My mom and I don't always see eye to eye. I love her to death, but she and I often can butt heads. I also very much dislike the fact that I have less privacy than I would like. I do have privacy. My mom is cool about that. I do have a little bit of privacy. She doesn't snoop. She doesn't get into my stuff. But there are things that a 31-year-old should have in her home. One is the ability to work on your own schedule. You know, I work full-time. I make a living. I want to be able to do things when I want to do them. And when you live with a parent, when they want something done, they want it done on their schedule. And that's one of the big problems that we have. That's one of the major problems that we have. God love my mom, but everything is on her schedule, and it's done when she wants it done. Love her to death, but it's very frustrating. So anyway, big news. My mom and her fiance were talking, and he actually talked her into duplexing her house. This is the house. You can't really see a lot of it, but it's a big house. It is 3 bedroom, 1.5 bath. It's not a humongous house. It's not a mansion, but it's a big house. And she agreed to duplex it, and what that means is that they're basically going to section off the front part of the house and build in a kitchen and a living room, a bathroom, and a bedroom for me. The 4 rooms are already existing. The 1 room that is going to be my bedroom is actually currently my office / living room, which you've probably seen before. It's where I usually record. The light was so pretty in here today I couldn't resist. that's going to be my bedroom. Our current dining room, which is fairly empty, is going to be my living room. And we are building the kitchen in what used to be the office, the house office. And then the bathroom is off of that. I'm super excited. My kitchen right now is currently being built. We ripped out the carpet, we primered the walls, and we painted. Actually, I painted. And we got a hardwood floor to put in, which is going to start going in this weekend, I think. And then after the hardwood floor goes in, we're going to put in appliances, and then all we have to do after the kitchen's done is move some furniture around and bring my bedroom suite downstairs and move my living room into, where the dining room is. So it's a little bit of finagling, a little bit of moving around. But the main part is that the house is going to be separated. There will be doors put up. One door will be sealed, I think. The other door will be accessible in between the two units, only because I will need to kind of come over to this side and go into the basement so I can do my laundry. Because there just isn't room, and there isn't really a reason to set up another washer and dryer. That's no big deal. So I'm super excited. I am going to love the added privacy, and hopefully my mom kind of sticks to her end of the deal as far as what we agreed on, but I could not be more excited. I'm literally jumping with joy. I want it to be done today. I wish it were, but it won't be done for a while. But I'm excited. I'll have my own kitchen, and that is another reason. You have no idea how hard it is. Well, maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe you live at home too. And maybe your mom is as crazy as mine. But my mom's kitchen is her kingdom. Her queendom is her kitchen. And she has total control over the entire kitchen. And so that means using whatever ingredients are in the fridge or the cupboard for her and her fiance, even if I went and bought it and it's mine. That means the time that she makes dinner and the time that I'm allowed to make dinner. And it's all on her schedule again. So it's really hard to try to eat a healthy lifestyle, not only in a house with somebody else who isn't maybe living such a healthy lifestyle, but to have your time restricted in the kitchen and all of that. It's very difficult. So thank goodness my mom and I work different work schedules, and typically I'm okay, but the days that we both have off together get a little hairy. That's all I'm going to say. And what else? The recipe. Yes, I will talk about the recipe. Oh my gosh, I saved the best for last. Okay, you may or may not know about this, but I didn't know about this, and I had sort of read somewhere, but I never really thought to try it until I was reminded of it again recently. Apparently, if you take a banana and you cut it up into pieces and you freeze it, and then you put it into a blender or a food processor and you process it or blend it, eventually it turns into this creamy, delicious soft serve ice cream. And I was super excited to try this out, and I wasn't sure how well it would work for me, because things are always they always look easier than they really are. But oh my god, I tried it today. I took bananas and I just cut them up. I put them in a Tupperware container and I stuck them in the freezer for probably 4 or 5 hours. I think you can freeze them even less time, or you can do them overnight. It doesn't matter, but as long as they're frozen. So I froze my bananas and I put them in my Ninja and blended them up. And at first they kind of glom all together, and you gotta stop it, and you gotta kind of smush it down. It's a little work intensive. You gotta smush down the sides, and it's just bananas. That's all it is. No milk, no cream, no sugar, no fat, nothing. Bananas. So you smush it down, you blend it again, you smush it down, you blend it again. First they'll get crumbly, and then you keep blending it, and something really magical happens. These bananas turn into flippin' ice cream. Eventually what happens is the consistency changes, they blend together, it gets really smooth and creamy, and it is amazing. If you took a banana and froze it and then blended it into ice cream and put a little bit of cinnamon on top, it's delicious. First of all, you can even add like a teaspoon of vanilla for a little bit of extra flavor. First of all, it's delicious, and it tastes like banana soft serve ice cream. And I'm not talking about how kale chips are a good snack replacement for potato chips. This is flipping ice cream. It's amazing. Like, I just can't even get over it. But anyway, if you take a banana and you do that, and you put a little vanilla and a little cinnamon in it, guess what? You have an ice cream treat that is 0 points. Now, you might be yelling at me going, oh, if you take fruit and you blend it or you add it to something else, you gotta count the points for it, blah, blah, blah. I don't do that. If I put fruit in a smoothie, I just count whatever extra crap I put in there, and it has not altered my weight loss at all. Nobody ever got fat eating fruit. So, I'm just going to put that out there. That's my disclaimer. Your mileage may vary, but I do not count fruit in any shape or form. So, anyway, you now have banana ice cream for 0 points. And it tastes incredible. So all of those Skinny Cow ice creams, the Weight Watchers ice creams that you can buy that are they're so expensive, like $4 for ice cream, really? But they're so expensive, but not only that, it's fake ice cream because it's all low fat. There's a ton of chemicals in it, and preservatives and crap that's not great for you. They don't taste all that great. I've maybe had a couple of them that were good or whatever, and I'm a huge ice cream person, obviously. I mean, or I was, and I don't even buy those every week. When I go to the grocery store, I never buy the Weight Watchers ice cream products or the Skinny Cow stuff. Like, once in a great while, I will get something, only because they're not worth the points. They're just, I don't know, they're just not that great. But, you know, you have a Skinny Cow sandwich or some sort of bar for 3 or 4 points, and you have banana soft serve ice cream stuff for 0 points. All natural, healthy, no preservatives, no chemicals, it's vegan, it's gluten-free, it's raw. Crap. I mean, it's such an easy choice. And I'm typically not on the vegan bandwagon. I love my meat. I'm not on the raw bandwagon. I like my food cooked. Okay, thanks. I'm not on the organic wagon. I'm not on the all natural wagon. I'm not on the raw wagon. None of that. I think I said raw twice. I'm not really into or like paleo or anything like that. I like my meat, my vegetable, my starch type of plate. But when I can find some sort of like substitute like that tastes so good and it's so low in calories or points or whatever you count, and then on the side it just happens to be like, oh yeah, that's vegan, or that's, you know, gluten-free or whatever, and it's all natural and it doesn't have any preservatives and no chemicals and it's really good for you. You know, that is just one extra thing to feel good about. And I'm just amazed. So you can do this any way you want. You can do it with just plain bananas, like I said, and a little bit of cinnamon and vanilla, and boom, 0 points, ice cream. Or you can do toppings, like in the one I did today, I added in some almond butter, like a teaspoon for like a point, and a tablespoon of chopped pecans for a point, and mix that in with my banana ice cream. And so I had a huge, not huge, but I had a good sized bowl, like heaping banana ice cream for like 2 points. And that is incredible, especially for the way that it tasted. And if it tasted like crappy, frozen, smushed up bananas, I would say so. I'm honest. And it tastes so good. So I really want you to try it and, you know, make a video of it. Make a video response, or pop in a comment below if you tried it or if you've ever tried it in the past. Or just if you've never heard of it but you want to try it, you know, let me know how it goes, because I was astounded and I really, really hope you try it. So that is my update for the week. It was really long and I'm sorry, but I had a ton to get through because I haven't been able to whip out the camera in so long. But yeah, anyway, hopefully you have a good week. And I know it's corny, but we'll see less of you next week. And you'll see less of me.